Swadika, this is Asean Go Green, the program that will open up your eyes towards the greener environment. Today, we take a look at China and its effort to boost the greener environment through its green policies. China is the world's biggest energy producer and consumer, let alone being the world's largest manufacturing power, which accounts for a fifth of the global capacity. Although the economic policies have paid off, giving the nation a great leap to where it stands now in less than a generation, the rapid industrialization has brought in its train a host of collateral problems, not the least of which is pollution. Last month, Beijing's air pollution skyrocketed past levels considered hazardous by the World Health Organization. Realizing the degrading of environmental condition in China, the Communist Party has called for a transformation in business practices and put forward policies to encourage a greener industry. With over $470 billion on clean energy investments it spent last year, China is aiming to have 20% of its total energy demand sourced from renewable energy by 2020. Chinese firms are also encouraged to become innovative in designing infrastructure and low-cost but efficient technologies. China puts a lot of focus on using electricity and also the energy consumption in its country. For example, this is one of the examples of electricity distribution where the country is trying to save space in residential areas. Yet, it is no secret that the country faces many challenges. The development of China's renewable energy industries is still at an early stage, while renewable energy development inevitably draws up huge investment costs. Although figures show that China has surged ahead of the US to regain its title as the world's biggest investor in renewable energy, the amount of money put into wind farms, solar parks, and other forms of green power worldwide has plummeted 11% in 2012, which is the biggest annual fall in at least 8 years. Both legal and illegal factories are also partly blamed for severe pollution in Beijing this year, driving up air quality readings off the chart. Beijing alone now has some 5 million cars cramming the streets, while the contaminated air threatens to spread into its neighbor. To tackle the problem, Beijing's city government ordered 103 heavily polluting factories to suspend production and asked government departments and state-owned enterprises to reduce their use of cars by a third. Even so, the country's long-term solutions will be expensive for a large and still developing country like China and challenge its economic growth. The shift to greener technologies, which are expensive and increase the cost of production, will affect the competitiveness of producers, particularly exporters, in one way or another. On top of all that, the pledge to fight the environmental damages will take time to bear fruit. And that wraps up this edition, but you can catch us again every Wednesday in Good Morning ASEAN.